In order to understand the establishment of British rule, history of Bengal is very important because it was Bengal that enabled the British to establish a pan-Indian empire. It was Bengal that would be providing the British with the resource base so as to make India a colony. Early modern Bengal and its history could be traced back to 1700 when Murshid Quli Khan was made the Diwan of Bengal by Aurangzeb. Murshid Quli Khan ruled from 1700 till 1727, and his time period is characterized by significant changes that would shape the destiny of Bengal. In 1717, Murshid Quli Khan, he was made the Nazim of Bengal. So if you are talking about Bengal, remember it is the present day Bangladesh as well as West Bengal. In 1700, he was only the Diwan. But in 1717, now Murshid Quli Khan was not only Diwan, but he was also the Nazim. That is, he had both civil and military functions with him, the revenue and military functions with him. In 1719, Murshid Quli Khan got the territory of Odisha as well. So by 1727, Murshid Quli Khan in himself enjoyed both the offices, the Diwan and Nazim, a territory of Bengal and Odisha, and in 1727 he will nominate his successor without seeking the permission of the Mughal emperor. So Bengal became an autonomous state in 1727. The Mughal emperor and his suzerainty was still acknowledged by Murshid Quli Khan and his successors. So they regularly paid the tributes. On the administrative front, Murshid Quli Khan carried out significant reforms. One of the major problems of Bengal was that Bengal was always in arrears with respect to the revenue. So Murshid Quli Khan did away with all small jagirdars, and Murshid Quli Khan created large zamindars. He also played an important role in creation of large bankers, merchants. So these bankers, they acted as financiers for the zamindars, and via these zamindars, the state had a steady and regular flow of revenue. And this revenue enabled Murshid Quli Khan to establish law and order. There was an efficient administration in Bengal. And this also enabled Murshid Quli Khan to shift the capital from Dhaka to Murshidabad. So under the reign of Murshid Quli Khan, Bengal indeed emerged as a prosperous region. In 1727, Murshid Quli Khan had nominated Sarfaraz Khan, his grandson, as the successor. But Sarfaraz Khan was small. Therefore, from 1727 till 1739, Sarfaraz Khan's father or son-in-law of Murshid Quli Khan, Shuja-ud-Din, ruled over the Bengal region. In 1733, Shuja-ud-Din will also bring Bihar under the control of Bengal. It was Shuja-ud-Din who divided the entire territory of Bengal into 4 administrative units. He continued to acknowledge the suzerainty of the Mughal emperor. Tributes were regularly sent. And after he died in 1739, his son Sarfaraz Khan, he would become the Nawab of Bengal. However, in 1740, there was a major coup d'etat. The governor, the army commander Alivardi Khan, he would kill Sarfaraz Khan and become the Nawab of Bengal. And the moment Alivardi Khan became the Nawab of Bengal, he will sever all contacts with Delhi. He will stop paying tributes. He will stop the acknowledgement of the Mughal emperor. And from 1740 till 1756, Alivardi Khan, he will rule Bengal as its Nawab. During the time period of Alivardi Khan, Bengal was threatened by Afghan from the northwest and the Marathas from the southwest. In fact, the region of Odisha was always threatened by Raghuji Bhosle and his raids. So Alivardi Khan, he signed the treaty with the Marathas in 1751. He agreed to pay them Chauth and Sardesh Mukhi. With the British, Alivardi Khan was always at heavy odds because the British, they did not pay the custom duty, they misused the dastak. So misuse of dastak was a major bone of contention between Alivardi Khan and the British. And it continued all through his life period and even after his death. In 1756, when he died, he was replaced by his son Siraj-ud-Daula. Siraj-ud-Daula was a headstrong Nawab, and his Nawabship was challenged by Shaukat Jung of Purnia and Ghasiti Begum. Jagat Seth, he was opposed to Siraj-ud-Daula's Nawabship. So was Mir Jafar. So the court faction, the zamindars, the bankers, they were not favoring the high-handedness of Siraj-ud-Daula because these had become very important factions in the Bengal court. We already know that the Nawab of Bengal were having heavy odds with that of the British. And therefore, the Nawab of Bengal, that is Siraj-ud-Daula, he started having problems, or he started having confrontations with the British. He accused the British of giving shelter to the rebels, Ghasiti Begum and Shaukat Jung. And subsequently, Siraj-ud-Daula in 1757 will raid the Fort Williams in Calcutta. He will occupy Calcutta and he will rename it as Alinagar. Subsequently, with the help of the bankers and Mir Jafar, the Calcutta would be reoccupied by the English, and the English, they would make up their mind to get rid of Siraj-ud-Daula. This was the precursor to the Battle of Plassey. And in 1757, the Battle of Plassey was fought. It was more of a conspiracy. So Jagat Seth, Mir Jafar, all of them hatched a conspiracy and got rid of Siraj-ud-Daula, and with the help of the British, now Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal. The moment Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal, he gave zamindari of 24 Pargana to the British. He gave them costly gifts, nazranas, subsidies. He gave a free hand to the British to carry out dastak abuse. But the British, their greed knew no bounds. The company's servants, they started demanding more. And Mir Jafar was not able to satisfy the greed of the British. In 1759, Mir Jafar tried to get help of the Dutch. However, the British were smart enough to get rid of the Dutch in the Battle of Buxar. So in 1759, getting rid of the Dutch, the Britishers, they understood that Mir Jafar cannot be trusted. And therefore in 1760, they got rid of Mir Jafar and they made Mir Qasim, his son-in-law, as the next Nawab. Mir Qasim was an efficient administrator. When he became the Nawab of Bengal, he gave Burdwan, Midnapur, Chittagong, even 50% of Sylhet trade to the British. And he started modernizing Bengal. He developed a modern arsenal factory, shifted the capital from Murshidabad to Monghir, wanted an efficient administration, not to the liking of British. The British, they only wanted a puppet Nawab. And therefore, in 1763, there was confrontation between Mir Qasim and the English. And this led to Mir Qasim seeking help from the Nawab of Awadh Shuja-ud-Daula and enlisting support of Shah Alam II, and thereby fighting the Battle of Buxar in 1764. In this Battle of Buxar, this alliance of Mir Qasim, Shuja-ud-Daula and Shah Alam II, it will lose, paving way towards emergence of British as the de jure rulers of Bengal. If Battle of Plassey made the British de facto rulers, Battle of Buxar made them de jure rulers. After the British had defeated Mir Qasim, the British in 1763 again made Mir Jafar as the Nawab of Bengal, and after Mir Jafar died in 1764, they made Nazm-ud-Daula the Nawab of Bengal, who ruled from 1765 up till 1772. After winning the Battle of Buxar, the British, they signed a Treaty of Allahabad with Shah Alam II. As per this treaty, the British, they got the Diwani rights of Bengal. That is, henceforth, the entire revenue would be collected by the British, and the British were supposed to hand over a nominal tribute to the Mughal emperor. The British also signed a Treaty of Banaras with the Nawab of Awadh, thereby establishing Awadh as a buffer state, and Allahabad and Kora was handed over to Shah Alam II. So with Diwani rights, the Britishers now they had found a significant source of revenue for their trade in Bengal. After this Diwani rights, it was Robert Clive who also signed a treaty with Nazm-ud-Daula. And this treaty was henceforth Najm-ud-Daula, who was the Nazim, because Diwani rights has already gone to the British. So Nazm-ud-Daula, who was the Nazim, was supposed to carry out the Nizamat function with a deputy that would be appointed by the British. So effectively, the British, they carried out their Diwani function with appointments made by them directly and also the Nizamat function, although the name of the Nizamat was under Nazm-ud-Daula. So Raja Shitab Roy and Muhammad Reza Khan, they were the agents via which the British, they used to collect the revenue and they used to carry out the entire administration of Bengal via Deputy Nazim. And this Deputy Nazim was appointed by the British. This is known as the dual government. Why dual government? Because power and responsibility was separated. So from 1765 up till 1772, there was a dual government in Bengal. It destroyed the entire Bengal. It compromised with law and order, and it led to ruthless plunder. And in 1772, when the Shah Alam II, when Emperor Shah Alam II was brought under the Maratha Protectorate, under Mahadaji Scindia, at that point of time, the British, they declared themselves as the rulers of Bengal and they deposed of Nazm-ud-Daula. So in 1772, officially, Bengal came under the control of the British.